Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, Bitcoin's open interest has passed $1 billion, something that's only happened about 3 times in recent memory and historically has signaled the beginning of a new downtrend. Because of this, there's been much reporting done that since Bitcoin has hit $1 billion in open interest again, that we should be expecting a new downtrend in Bitcoin. As you can see, each time Bitcoin has hit this number, we've seen a major correction. But that's certainly far from the whole story, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you why I think this is actually a very bullish development on Bitcoin, so that by the end of this video, you should be able to walk away with a better understanding of what open interest is and the prediction that it's making for the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. We've got a lot to dive into, but before we do, I first want to mention that we've just started a new sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys want to learn everything you need to know about technical analysis in one package, I highly recommend checking us out at the link in the description down below. With the February 2020 coupon, you'll get $40 off at checkout that you can use to go and invest in Bitcoin with all that new knowledge you're going to be gaining from over there. We'll talk about that more at the end of the video, though. So without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, open interest is a very interesting concept on Bitcoin, pun very much intended. And as we can see by this tweet from Hasaka here, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, the last 3 times that Bitcoin has hit $1 billion in open interest, Bitcoin has seemingly had a correction to follow. But hold on, let's back up. What exactly is open interest? I know a lot of you guys probably have never even heard that term before. What exactly are we even talking about here? Guys, if you go to a place called cryptometer.io/open interest, now if I remember, I'll put that in the description down below, you can see the open interest on a lot of different exchanges. Essentially what open interest is the amount of value that is in outstanding derivatives contracts that have not been settled yet. What that means is the amount of value in the longs and shorts over on, this case, BitMEX. This $1 billion mark that everybody's talking about is referring specifically to BitMEX because, as you can see, there's actually quite a bit more than $1 billion worth of open interest in the market right now, but specifically on BitMEX is what people are talking about here. And guys, it's interesting because this is a classical case of correlation not necessarily equaling causation. As you can see, the last 3 times that Bitcoin hit $1 billion in open interest, we've seen a crash, but you got to remember that those 3 times that we saw crashes on Bitcoin, Bitcoin was also already in a downtrend. That open interest crash happened right there, and right there. One also happened right about there. But like I said, if you look at this chart, you're going to notice something interesting. All 4 of those pieces of data, all 4 of those data points, they are sitting here in the middle of a downtrend. And think about it. What exactly is open interest? I just explained to you. It's the amount of value in open contracts. It's the amount of value in open derivatives contracts. So essentially what it is it's another way of measuring volume. And guys, as you can see, yes, there was quite high volume right here. Back in June, there was high volume. Then again, on July 10th, there was high volume. Then back over here on August the 6th, there was high volume. And even here on the 4th of September or so, when Bitcoin went to that high, there was indeed high volume. But let me ask you a question. Does high volume intrinsically mean that there's a pullback coming? No. The argument that a lot of people are making that this open interest hitting $1 billion means that we're going to have a crash is frankly absurd. That's like saying that the volume of Bitcoin has rallied, so we're gonna crash, or the volume of Bitcoin has gone down, so we're gonna rally. It just there's not really a correlation there. You can have high volume on downtrends and uptrends, and low volume on uptrends and downtrends. It doesn't really matter the direction. What matters is the amount of money in the space. And the reason I say this is a good thing for Bitcoin is because notice the last 4 major times that we saw Bitcoin have $1 billion in open interest. Where were they? They were up in these higher price levels when Bitcoin was trading at a higher valuation, when there were more people in the space, when if we look at our volume down here, the volume was generally higher. They were in a more bullish time. Even though Bitcoin was in a downtrend, we were in a more bullish time back then than we are now. I think it's a very good thing that open interest has hit $1 billion, and that's exactly why. Check this out. Over here on newsbtc.com, they've pulled in something from Investopedia, and as you can see, there's this little chart here talking about the strength of the market. Now, that's not saying the bullish or the bearishness of the market, it's saying the strength of the trend, mind you. When the price is rising, when the volume is up, and when the open interest is up, the market is strong. When the price is declining, the volume's down, and the open interest is down, then the market is strong in the bearish direction. Well, right now, guys, the volume hasn't really picked up in a huge way, although I would say that it's trending in the right direction. We've had some pretty decent candlesticks here on the weekly chart, but nothing major. I mean, the volume's not great, but we have seen the open interest hit $1 billion, and we are seeing that the trend is most certainly to the upside. So that's 2 out of 3. That's better than nothing. So yes, there's $1 billion billion worth of open interest over on BitMEX, but that's not really a good or a bad thing. I mean, you're just taking the longs and the shorts and amalgamating them together and coming up with some kind of Frankenstein indicator which will tell you if Bitcoin's going to rally or crash. What you need to do instead is look at the proportion of those longs and shorts and which one is more prevalent, the longs or the shorts. And it just so happens we have a way to do that. It's over here on the website Blockchain Whispers. As you can see, 60% of all contracts over on BitMEX are on a long position. About 38% of them are in shorts. If we look at Bitfinex, 80% of them are in long positions, and on Binance, it's close to 50-50, it's 45-55. The total market valuation is sitting around 67% long. That's 2/3 of the people are long. Excuse me, actually 2/3 of the value is long. That's a very different thing. And 1/3 of the shorts are, well, short. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, guys, I want to tell you, as a crypto YouTuber, I see trends come and go. I see people start freaking out and clickbaiting and telling everybody about certain indicators. Say there's an indicator here, there's an indicator here, there's a chart formation here. Hey, this cross is happening. Hey, this 672.5 moving average has crossed the 234th moving average. So that means bull market, right? YouTube and the news space and cryptocurrency in general, it tends to look for things to make sensational stories about. This is one of them. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing really wrong with bringing attention to a niche indicator if it does seem valid. The problem with this open interest idea is that a lot of people are calling it bearish, but it's just not bearish. It's a concept of volume. And right now, since Bitcoin is already in an uptrend, which is contrary to what we saw back here, it's actually a very bullish thing. And by the way, what I just said does not mean that open interest is irrelevant. I think it is interesting to see it pass $1 billion and see what happens. I think this is a metric that I'm going to keep looking at in the future. I think it's very important. But I think a lot of people are calling it bearish just because everybody else is calling it bearish without really thinking about it too much to figure out what it actually means for our market. So guys, that's my take on it. I would love to hear your opinions on this open interest debacle down in the comment section down below. It's been all over cryptocurrency lately. Everybody's talking about it, so I figured I would go ahead and make a video about it as well. Although there is a pretty big part of me that still thinks Bitcoin could have a little bit of a correction, I am still feeling pretty bullish on Bitcoin. So I'm happy with where the market is right now. I'm happy that Bitcoin hit $1 billion in open interest. Frankly, I wasn't even thinking about it before, but now that it's there, it is something that I'm going to look at into the future. But like I said, I'd like to hear your take on that in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, before we go, I do first want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, because this is what continues to fund the channel, and it's the course that has allowed over 1,100 students to learn everything they need to know about cryptocurrency technical analysis. If you guys want to learn how to do analysis, read charts, understand charts, make predictions based off charts, and most importantly, guys, profit from your trades and investments, I highly recommend you checking us out at the link in the description down below. There is a lot of content in this course. In fact, there's 34 videos and over 10 hours of content in this course. And the really cool thing is, in the next couple of weeks, I'm about to start a complete overhaul of CT2A here. We're going to be updating every single video here and adding another 15. Students that are in CT2A, when I start that, are going to get access to all of that new content completely for free. If you use the coupon code February 2020 in the description down below, you're going to get access to this entire course for $159, which is worth every single penny. I've underpriced this course probably by a factor of 2 or 3 times so that a lot of you guys could get in that might otherwise not be able to. But after I go through and put a couple hundred hours into updating CT2A, I'm just going to have to raise the price. It's probably going to be going for around $300 to $400. And guys, there's going to be nearly 20 hours of content in that course when it's done. If you join today, you're going to get access to all of this content now and all of that new content when it comes out. It's a great deal, plain and simple, guys. I wouldn't be selling it if it wasn't. I have worked on this course for a very long time. All of my expertise has gone into this. Every time I do analysis, there's a video in this course to back up what I did, and our students love it. If you want to talk to our students, you can join our free Discord server down below and say, hey, is anyone here in Jeb's course? I want to talk to you in private. Go get their take, see what they have to say, not where I can see the conversation, where you can have a private conversation in confidence with one of our students and you can see what they have to think. If you decide that's a good product for you, if you decide it's a good choice for you, then great, go ahead and join us. If not, that's fine. If you do join the course and you don't like it though, there's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. I'll give you your money back. It's not the end of the world. And by the way, this is a frequently asked question. Can you pay in Bitcoin? Yes, you most certainly can. Shoot me an email at cryptojeb@gmail.com and we can get that worked out for you as well. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel when you do that, and I'd be very appreciative if you did. I'd love to get to know you guys on a one-on-one basis in our Discord server and in the first cohort as well. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it up for today's video. But before I go, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.